It's a dark day for our colony. Darth Taya has returned with an Imperial force in tow, and she is seeking revenge. Welcome back, everybody, to our Rim Wars The Old Republic Let's Play. As you can see, Taya is in fact here, and she is packing a lightsaber this time, so things are bound to get ugly. The Sith Empire is looking to besiege our colony, so I've drafted everybody capable of doing battle, not including the donkey, and we are going to have to break this siege by sallying out and attacking. Now, I'm going to see... It might be worth setting up here in these rocks. Maybe in both of these positions. We need to get some fire going to kind of lure the enemy out, and then we may want to pull back into the rocks where we can take advantage of our greater number of lightsaber wielders. They are going to be primarily, well, I say primarily, they're entirely a ranged force with the exception of Taya. And so it's important that we lure them in and eliminate any sort of advantage that their blasters would give them. And then it's also going to be critical that we have Wade deal with Taya because she is too dangerous for anybody else to take on in melee combat. So to that end, I believe somebody like Theo is probably going to have the best range, or potentially Elijah. So I'm actually going to grab both of them, and we're going to march them on out here and let them harass the enemy a bit. In fact, it's probably going to be better if we go over here. So let's go just a bit further back. We'll start peppering them a bit, and then let's get some people set up on the rocks here. Sorry, I don't mean to keep pausing, but it's really critical that we get this set up correctly. Otherwise, we're going to be in for it. Grace, you go there. Hater, you go there. Perfect. Okay. And then we'll have Wade maybe here. I want him ready to jump in at a moment's notice. Basina and Jaina hang back just a little bit. You're going to be throwing force heals on people. Okay, so Theo and Elijah are marching on out here, and hopefully they're going to start engaging. They're already being engaged, so they should be able to start firing back. Theo, great, we're being outranged. Well, that's really unfortunate, isn't it? Well, let's get you two up here then. Theo's already been clipped, but he seems to be moving just fine. Okay, now we're returning fire. We have cover, they don't, so they are now assaulting the colony. Okay, that's exactly what we wanted. You two need to pull back. Go this way just so that you're not running and being fired on the entire time. Like that. Try not to do that. So far, so good. They are returning fire as well. All right, quickly now. Come on. Let's get Elijah set up behind this. This will provide cover, right? 50%. That's good enough. Okay. So Elijah, get behind that. And we'll put Theo behind it as well, just spaced out a bit. Okay, so Taya is taking fire. Quite a bit, actually. And she's down. Well, that went pretty well for us. Okay. You two are doing admirably, but I don't want you doing all the work. Let's retreat you a little bit. Maybe to here. And Elijah, I'd like to put you on... Let's see, Aaron, move over there. Elijah, get to where she is. Yeah, fire and move, fire and move. Cool. So Kylan's getting into it now. Hud's getting into it now. Elijah, you should be able to still engage there, but this lets us get a few more people into the action. And so far, so good. I mean, we've taken a couple hits, especially on these three, but we're obviously doing a lot better than they are. They're trying to steal what they can and leave. Okay. He stole her Kyber crystal. That's pretty messed up, man. So Doc is still engaging, as is Franz. They're kind of pinned down, though. These three have just bailed. So whenever we can get these 3 to give up, it looks like we're in the clear. They're finally starting to retreat. Doc just got hit in the leg. I wonder if he'll make it out of here. Okay, so he's down, but Franz looks like he's going to get away. Is Franz anybody that we want to try to prevent from escaping? He's a kleptomaniac and a snob. No, we'll just let him go. Right, so is there anybody here that we want to rescue? Taya is an interesting thought. This is now the 2nd time that we have effectively defeated her. It feels a bit cheap because she's gone down before we've had a real chance to duel her in both occasions. But she is quite dangerous. Very, very skilled in combat. She has a bunch of side casts. I am running mods that should let the AI utilize those. Granted, I don't think she's ever gotten close enough to us to really make extensive use of them. Obviously, Wade fought her in melee the previous time, but he was basically the only one there, so some of these wouldn't have been all that effective. And it looks like she's in no danger of dying. So I think she's a good person to maybe capture. We have Ansil, who is also not necessarily dying. He's an ugly slob, and his only real talent is mining. I think we'll pass. What else do we have here? Carlos, melee, construction, artistic, and social. He's a germaphobe, ascetic, and tough. I'm going to pass. I'm going to try to be a little bit more selective about who we bring on here. Amy, mad surgeon, heat inclined, and nudist. Heat inclined is going to have her right at home in our colony. She really likes melee combat, construction, mining, and social interaction. It's pretty good. Building is something we definitely need help with. So that's a maybe. What about Jojo? Plants, animals, medical, neurotic undergrounder. I think we'll pass. Doc. Oh, wow. Really stacking up the passion down here. He's neat and hard worker. He would be a good, I mean, given the name, obviously, right? He would be a good doctor with those traits. I think we'll actually grab him. He's a for sure. I'm leaning toward Amy as well. How about Dude? Clumsy and a tycoon. What does tycoon do? I've never really encountered that. Eye for a silver and a tongue made of it. He gets better trade prices, which doesn't really synergize with his lack of social ability. And clumsy doesn't synergize that well with crafting, though I don't think it directly affects it. Either way, he's not the best. How about Elvira French? Dog person, academician, too smart. So academician synergizes pretty well with medical because it's going to give her a plus 20 to 10. And yeah, I mean, she's a maybe as well. So I'm going to make a new rule, though. I wish I had done this sooner. And that rule is that, you know, because we're the good guys here, or at least we're trying to be, I need to stabilize everybody from the enemy side, whether I intend to capture them or not. I don't have to bring them back to base and nurse them back to health, but at the very least, I need to do my best to prevent them from dying in the field. That's going to be sort of our goody two-shoes approach moving forward. So, let's see. Wade, I'm going to ask you to capture Taya. You're probably... Oh, right, we have nowhere to put prisoners. Kind of need to get rid of some, if I'm being honest. Let's see. Watson... Plants and medical. He's a psychopath, so honestly, I think I'm going to cut him loose. He's also just a regular human, even though he has the... What do you call it? The Twi'lek tentacle things. So, I want to have a little bit more diversity here, if possible. So, we're just going to release him. That'll give us a bit more relationship with Vaynor. How about Derange? A little bit of shooting, a little bit of melee, plants, artistic. He's got bloodlust and gun nut. I might cut him loose too. He's definitely not the best. We could do better. But he is an alien, and I, again, do want a little bit of diversity. And then Borba, desensitized gun nut. Not like everybody that we're looking at from the Empire is better than these two. So I guess I'm going to cut them loose. And we're going to, again, try to befriend Vaynor the best we can. So this will help in that regard. So we'll free those two up. Hailsham, we're definitely going to keep. She has too many passions at too many useful things to let her go. And then Black is just too good a fighter to pass up on. So let's see. Oyster, I can't control you because you're having a mental break. Who's around right now? Anara, can you release them? Yeah, prioritize releasing both of them. Both of them. There we go. In the meantime, I already let them go, right? You guys are headed back to base. Basina, I would like for you to start stabilizing Carlos, who is, again, somebody that we're not going to take. He's good, but I have to be pickier about who I'm going to bring back. And then who else can do medicine? Grace, I think you're relatively decent at it. Start stabilizing Dude. Jaina, I'm going to ask you to stabilize Ansel. I don't think Erina is particularly great at medicine, no. So, do me a favor. Stand by Elvira. You're going to capture her. Hadar, you're going to capture probably Doc. Come over here. Wade, you're going to capture Taya. You guys are going back to base. And then I think that just leaves Elijah. Elijah, you're going to capture Amy. Okay. Ready, break. Everybody go do your thing. We're going to let Franz make it off the map. I'm not so bloodthirsty that I would chase him down. In the 40k playthrough, I would almost certainly do it. But here, just going to let him be. Okay, so there you go. She's free. Now, free the other one. I don't know why you picked up that armor. I'm not going to do anything about it right now, but there's zero reason for you to be wearing that. Okay. So, Wade captured Taya. We have one bed open, and we're about to have a second. I still need to get rid of, like, one more. But you know what? If we're really playing, like, Sleeping Spot Tetris here, there is technically one more spot. Erina, go ahead and capture her. And let's see. So Derange is gone? Yes. So we have one more spot open, and that's going to be Hadar, grab Doc. We still need one more, damn it. I'll need to strip that armor off of them, too. They're going to be a little bit difficult to rein in if they're that well equipped. And, you know, there's a lot of gear we're going to want to keep for that matter. A lot of free blasters. I do like the E11 because it's relatively rapid fire. I guess it's not going to let me do both of those. So, for that reason, it's nice to have, especially when we're using this this suppression mechanic, right? Because just shooting in the general direction of people is often enough to make them far less effective combatants. Watson, melee, mining, crafting. So something to look at actually is he's vengeful and he considers Basina, Theo, Elijah. He basically considers our whole colony rivals. So he's never going to be happy in this colony. And that's something I probably should have considered sooner. Anara, do me a favor. Drop that armor. Why do you have a shield, a Masterwork shield belt as well? Like, you don't fight. You don't need to be the most tanky person in this colony. So, Watson, we're going to let you go. Who are you from? Ignat's Robbers. They're permanently hostile, so we won't gain anything from that, but we'll at least free up a spot for people who will be a little bit... I mean, he would have been useful, but again, he was always going to be unhappy because his rivals were always going to be alive. Can you stabilize Jojo? I think Carlos is going to be fine. Grace, you can go back to base. Feel free to haul some stuff as you go. Jaina, same deal. Cool, we're already up to 40. That's pretty good. Elijah's in a daze. Great. Well, in that case, Grace, would you mind being the one who hauls Amy back? And I imagine these guys will eventually get up and return home. Granted, you know, depending on how badly they're injured, they could starve to death first. But that's not really our problem. We've sort of done our due diligence in making sure they don't, you know, die of their wounds. Granted, none of them would. None of them were bleeding profusely or anything of the sort. But at the same time, tending their injuries will allow them to heal just a little bit faster. Okay, so how are our people doing? HUD. Just a blaster burn in the leg. That's really not bad at all. Theo got clipped in the arm, and Kylan got clipped in the lung. That's interesting. How did you get hit in the lung but not anywhere else? And you were lucky. That almost destroyed it. So I'm taking another look at Carlos here because I noticed... Oh, I accidentally closed it. In the siege notification, it mentioned that there was a relationship. And so Carlos is actually the lover of Hailsham, who's another one of our prisoners. So if he were to die, she would be pretty upset. He's also, again, not the worst by any means. Germaphobe's a bit annoying. But I think it just means he'll clean more frequently. I don't know if it'll have any negative effects on his mood. And then these two are pretty good traits. So, all in all, he's not bad. And I just don't know that we have any... Oh, yeah, no, we do have one more spot. Okay, well, in that case, yeah, let's bring him back. It's more humans than I would have liked. But... You know, if we're going to be recruiting from the Empire, then there's really only one race we're going to be getting from them, right? And that's going to be, sorry, one species, more accurate. Only one species we're going to be seeing from them, and that's humans. So we'll need to do a little bit more active recruiting from other factions if we want to see more Wookiees, or... I'd really like some... Well, Wookiees and Trandoshans get along, but I think it'd be cool to have a Trandoshan as well. We don't have any Twi'leks yet, which is interesting because we've been interacting with them probably the most. Additionally, we let our only Togruta prisoner go. Oh, and I keep forgetting Inara is a Zabrak, so I guess we have a Wookiee, a Zabrak, I always forget what you guys are called. Rodian, right. My Star Wars... knowledge is rusty just because I've been kind of avoiding Star Wars for so long that there's things that used to be so just, you know, basic knowledge to me that it's kind of faded at this point. It'd be nice if we could get these bedrooms built. I really don't like having to bunk people up like this, but we definitely made this more difficult than it needed to be by trying to build the Jedi Temple straight away rather than like building houses and then kind of forming something around it. But that's fine. That's just playing the long game, right? So they're going to be kind of upset initially, but once we have this thing built, they're going to love it in here. It should have enough space and beauty that they are just ecstatic to live here all the time. Actually, that reminds me, looking at this, we need to have Basna sync up with this tree. So, yeah, we want to do that. I don't know that we need all 11 people, but I guess we can do it. Let's see, if we leave the Republic citizens out of this and just do the Jedi, I guess the Twi'leks have like a tree connection too, right? So they could maybe be there. Okay, no, we do need them. How about the people who... it's going to have to be everybody if we want to guarantee the 100. Okay, go ahead and do it. Sorry to wake you all. I guess I could have waited until daylight, but whatever. Come on, Basina, you're the most important one. Cool. Elvira has an infection. We're going to want to deal with that. Let's see. Perfect. Yeah, definitely use that herbal medicine. Oh, you're going to use it on Amy. Could you maybe deal with this first, Basina? Because, like, that's a little bit more critical. Vaynor has officially adopted strong army as their official ideology, which majority of their populace now believes. Strong army. That's interesting. So, let's look at factions. We have Vaynor, strong army. Okay. That's fine. As long as the Star Wars factions keep their ideologies, that's all I'm really concerned about. So, the Twi'lek tribalism is really only important for the Twi'lek colony, right? These guys were a human Outlander union, so it's a vanilla faction. I don't care what their ideology is. It would have been nice if it switched to, you know, Republic or something, and then they could just be like a recruiting pipeline for us. But that's, I think, too much to ask. Oh, Doc has an infection as well. Basina, do you think you could maybe deal with that? In his blaster burn. Okay. Oh man, so many infections. I mean, granted, this is a pretty filthy space here, but still, it's a bit ridiculous. I mean, I'm sure they'll be fine. Did you really only tend one of them? Was that really the best you could do? So when you're done with that, please tend to Elvira, and Taya also hasn't been tended to. Oh man, what a mess. Right, so we built this art bench. Was it last time? I want to make... I think the collective form is the Jedi one, right? Yeah, let's make a collective form. Oh, I already queued it up. What would I queue it to be made out of? Limestone. Okay, fair enough. It requires 400, so it's going to be a while before we have enough limestone for that. I'm also going to ask that HUD be the one to do it. He is the most qualified, but also he has the highest passion. So I want to make sure that he is the one that does it. Yeah, that works. Oh, Rancor skull. That would be so cool. Right. So... are we not really producing stone? I mean, I don't see a lot of stone blocks. Limestone and Aurelian stone. I mean, we need both. We need a lot of both. I'm just not sure what the best way to expedite that is. It might be worth, like, let's see, is there an electric stonecutter's table? There very much is. Outside's going to make it slower. Not that it's necessarily conducive to getting work done in here. Where would be a good place to put this? This is all technically outdoors still, so even if I wanted to throw it in this hallway, it wouldn't necessarily benefit us to do so. This is an interior space, but it's not lit. It's also a little bit out of the way, but they'd be able to grab all of these and cut them real quick. So it could be worth it to do it there. It's not like there's a bunch of chunks sitting over here that are easy to access either. So, you know what? I think that's going to be the best that we can currently do. And then let's make sure that we have people prioritizing construction. So both Wade and Theo, and actually Kylan and Fender, that should all be their top priority. So I'm not sure why it's taken us so long to get this invisible conduit built. Also, thank you for pointing out that the conduits, the invisible ones, were hidden in this tab here. So I have all the different varieties of conduit there. So Elijah and Inara are lovers now, which is convenient because that means I can shack them up in a bed together. To that end, this room is ready to go, but let's see. I'm gonna put them in this one, and we'll move Grace down there, I think. Yeah, let's do that. So let's set the owners here. We're gonna unassign you. We have Elijah. Oh, right. Oh, god damn it. Okay. So he is of the Jedi ideology right now, so it won't let him sleep in this bed with somebody else. I guess I'm gonna assign him here, and then the moment we convert him, I will assign Inara there as well. But yeah, that's a bit annoying. I completely forgot about that. Also, why is it lagging so hard all of a sudden? Let's see. We can do a conversion ritual very soon. The issue is he's a long way off from being able to be converted. I think currently Oyster is our best target, 25%. A mad doe. Okay. Let's mark you for hunting. And I think that Erina can probably deal with that. Where is it? It's over there. She's over here. Elijah. Oh, good. You're going to go hunt the doe. Perfect. You don't need to mount something to do that. Just get over here and do it. Let's go. Put it down. Brained him. All right. As you were. How are our prisoners doing? We really need to set up a better prison. I mean, this was obviously just out of desperation, but still, I think they deserve better than that. Especially if we're trying to recruit these people, this is not the place to be doing it. They're going to be so displeased with being in there. Okay, sad wander, whatever. So, now that I think about it, it might be interesting to... I don't know that the Jedi would have a prison necessarily, right? That doesn't seem appropriate. The Republic town outside might, but I'm not going to put any sort of detention facility in the Jedi Temple. That just seems out of character, I guess is the best way to describe it. So we have another prison break. It looks like it's going to be Doc and Carlos. Basina was already hanging out in here, so I think what I'll do is use a mind trick on Doc. Hey, do me a favor and just stand in the doorway. But use your mind trick. Can they really just push past her? That seems kind of ridiculous. Does she not have enough stamina to do that or something? Like, why can't she? Okay, they're going to fight her. You guys are going to square up with somebody who's carrying a lightsaber? That seems ill-advised. Yeah, take him to bed. Quit acting up, you children. And Carlos, take him to bed. They're like so injured, they don't even know what they're doing. Just keep throwing them back in bed. I can do this all day. One of them grabbed a blaster, so we had to get a little bit violent with them. Doc is now down. Elijah got a little bit beat up, so he'll need some help. Basina is going to smack Carlos around a little bit and then put him back in bed. So yeah, he does in fact have a blaster, which is unfortunately why we had to escalate things. And so he's down. Do me a favor and recapture him. And then, let's see, how bad is Doc? Ooh, he almost lost some fingers. He's not going to be a very good doctor if he doesn't have all of his fingers. So, if you could, I guess do a heal self. Take care of yourself first. And then if you could maybe, well, yeah, capture him for sure. And then let's tend to him. But this is a little bit annoying. Also, the fact that we're storing weapons in here is not very conducive to dealing with prison breaks. So we might need to find a different solution. You know what? Honestly, the ruins over here might be, just the thing that we needed. So 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. How many beds did we have in here, or sleeping spots? It looks like there was 7. So we'll throw one in the middle. Monument will be destroyed. Oh, okay, never mind. Here I thought I had a brilliant plan. So I think instead what we'll do is if any of those bedrooms in the Jedi Temple are completed but not furnished, we're just going to throw some spots in there. Like if this one could get finished soon, or either of these, to be honest. That might be the most elegant solution. The alternative would be putting them in here, and I don't really care for that. Yeah, that's a tough one. I guess for now we'll just leave them be, but obviously this is not working out. So I figured if we can't put the prisoners in here, then we should at least use it for something that the game won't mind me doing in there. So I'm going to use it to basically stockpile all the weapons. And honestly, I might do the apparel too. But weapons are going to be the main priority. We're going to set that to preferred. And then I'm going to ask them to not store that sort of stuff here. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong spot. That's also the wrong spot. This one. This absolute disaster. So no weapons there. And then ideally I would say no apparel there either. And it's probably going to take a while to get stuff moved over, but at least it'll slowly start happening. It looks like Theo's already working on that. And I've also asked that a few more jumpsuits like the one Inara's wearing get made. And I've asked that the prisoners, other than Amy here, who's having a mental break, and then Elvira and Hailsham are fine too. But the ones wearing the Sith armor, I'm asking that they get stripped. And so apparently Doc is sporting quite the facial hair. Hader, would you mind hauling his armor? And we're eventually going to break that down. We have no use for Sith armor here, but it would potentially be nice to have some materials out of it. Look at this dude. It looks like he's actually wielding that thing. That's concerning. Why did this dough rot? Let's get that out of there. Also, why the hell is there a skull cap in here? Let's see. Grace, are you gonna... Can you move this? Too heavy, no place to store it. Did I say no animal corpses in here? This is full anyways. Oyster, I think you're Mr. Molotov's. I don't know what I just did. Can you get over here, please? So we'll say animals are allowed in here too. So no fresh, but we'll say human-like and animal. So anything that's starting to rot can get thrown in here. Carlos has quite the beard too. We'll let Taya keep her Sith garb for now. Okay, so Oyster, your job is going to be to lob a Molotov cocktail in here and then get out of the way of the door. So fire away. And go. And you didn't throw it. Is there a reason you didn't throw it? Did I move you too soon? Okay, go, go, go. Move. Ah, shit. Home zone. This is not a home zone. Okay. Wait, wait, wait. Bro, please stop. And then you get that blaster back out and go about your business. I can't let him keep that Molotov equipped as his primary because he might use it to hazardous effect on our own colonists. But this thing should burn up pretty nicely and then hopefully burn itself out. One moment, please. I'm going to put a stockpile zone here. I'm going to limit it, or actually I'm going to set it to critical, and I'm going to give it very specific limitations. The only thing allowed here is going to be not utility. I think that's called like a worksy or something. I think it's this one. So Kylan, for example, if I tell you to drop that and I tell you to haul it, he should take it along with some rice apparently, but he should drop it here and then the prisoner will equip it and then another one should get dropped there. Bastina is suffering from... What are you doing? Dear God. You could have died. I need to keep an eye on that because anybody who had queued up the job to go beat out the fire is potentially still going to act on it. Their AI won't reset just because I removed it from home zone. Yeah, I guess do it quick. Here, just get it in the door, drop it, and then get the hell out. Okay. As you were. Yeah, it's about 1,000 degrees Celsius in there. So I'm going to freeze growing in the cotton crop area right now because we have, where is it? Like 1,600 cotton, or cloth, I should say. So there's really no reason to continue with that. Also, where is our limestone? Only 33. Oh, because HUD's already working on it. Okay, because I was keeping track, and we were like 375 last I checked, so we were like imminently ready to make the sculpture that we had been hoping to get. And so it looks like he's already started on it. Of course, he's going to be taking several breaks. Also, whose coat did you steal? Oh my God, this is driving me nuts. The unfortunate thing about having like uniquely dressed characters is it makes this system utterly useless unless I'm going to create an outfit for every single person. And unfortunately, there's no way to basically set it to just like only wear what they're currently wearing. There's no option for like current. So it means I would have to like manually go through and pick out every piece of clothing I want them to wear. If I leave it to anything, then we get stuff like this. Jaina, I would really appreciate it if you would drop that helmet. Thank you. And then we're going to allow the helmet. The helmet. Yep. And then if you could maybe haul that to where it belongs, that would be fantastic. I'm also going to ask somebody to kill this butterfly. And then Mr. Oyster, if you could put that Sith helmet back, that would be great. Okay. Allow. And haul it. And then really the only way I'm going to be able to get around this is... Oh, God damn it, Theo. Put your armor on. And Fender did it too. Okay, fantastic. So let's forbid that. Fender, get over here and wear your tunic. HUD, you're okay, but I don't know who you stole this duster from. I don't think you were wearing that before. Who else had a duster on? Maybe Oyster? I think Oyster dropped the duster in favor of this, which I don't know why he would have. This thing is falling apart. Okay, hold on. You get over here. HUD, get over here. Fender, get over here. You guys are all in trouble. I look away for 1 second and everybody's dressed like a goddamn Sith trooper. So, Fender just turned 57. And he's now frail. That's really unfortunate. Okay, well, I've completely forgotten that we had a ritual that needed to happen. So, the conversion is going to be HUD trying to convert Oyster, and everybody else can be in attendance. Let's see. Does it help to not have Fender there? It doesn't seem to matter. 60% quality. I don't know that we can really do any better. We could move it to a nicer place, and that might be the thing to do, honestly. Let's build a copy over yonder. And I'll leave that one there, but we're going to hold it here. So let's begin the conversion ritual. Again, HUD and Oyster. And it's going to be a little bit better. Marginally. Okay. Hopefully it's enough to convert him. Last time we tried this, it got him to like effectively 0, but it didn't actually push him over the edge. So, yeah. I mean, if we can get him close and then just make sure that nobody from the Jedi has a conversation with him, we can potentially still make it work. Alright, here we go. I don't know why he needs to be like dragged here and laid down. This always seems a bit odd to me. But, you know, whatever works. Whatever works. Wade, how is your conversion looking? Oh, so you're at 95, basically. Cool. I used that once on... Why is he suffering from heat stroke? Okay, everybody else is fine. Cool. Effective conversion ritual. The conversion ritual was effective. The speech was not only delivered, blah, 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 blah. Everyone participating gained +3 mood for 6 days. Quality was 72%. And it said he went from like whatever percentage to 0. So what does that mean? You still weren't converted, which is annoying as hell. Because now I have to babysit you and make sure no Jedis talk to you. I feel like if it hits 0 in that process, it should effectively convert him to, you know, whatever. So, I don't know what the best way to do this is. Increase someone's certainty in their own beliefs. Their gain certainty is based on the speakers. Yeah, so that's not going to help. Council... Preach out. Yeah, nothing that we can do is going to basically push that. We just have to be really, really cautious about who talks to him now. So, there's another faction having a trade fair. Let's look at the map and see where that would be. It's out here. There's 8 days. What is the time it would take us to get there? 1.3. That's not bad at all. So we could load up the donkeys to sell some stuff. That might be worth doing. I don't know what we have that's like worthy of being traded. So we have a lot of chem fuel. It could be worth selling chem fuel. Alternatively, We could just bring our Imperial credits and some chem fuel and see what, what we can turn that into. I wonder if they would take Imperial credits. I guess it would be good to bring something to barter just in case they don't. Well, and then the other question is, who do we send? I think so Erina, you're pretty good at social, right? Yeah. And then Kylan, not so good at social, but you would be a good person to send along as part of the caravan, maybe. Yeah, we could send those two. They're both pretty decent in a fight. Jaina, why the hell are you wearing that? I'm getting very frustrated because I keep asking people to haul these, and I know for a fact that I forbade them when they were moved to the other place, and yet somehow my pawns are still wearing things that they shouldn't be wearing. Anyways, we could send those two with some credits and some chem fuel maybe, or whatever they can carry that's relatively light, and we'll see what we can get at the trade fair. I'm interested in unique lightsaber crystal. She did it again. Okay. That's forbidden. You all saw it. You're all witnesses. And now you're complicit. And that one is forbidden. So if anybody's wearing those, you guys know the game is not playing fair. Okay. So, let's see. Well, you know what? It's 1 a.m. Let's let things roll until morning, and then we'll put together that caravan. All right, so it's just before 8 a.m. Everybody's up and about, so I think now's as good a time as any to put together this caravan. We're going to go to the trade fair. Should take us about a day worth of travel. We'll send both animals, and of course we want to send Erina is our primary business person on this one, I guess, and then Kylan will be her escort. Yeah, I think that works. I would potentially send Wade, but I kind of worry about not having him to defend the base. I mean, we'd probably be fine. There's enough other fighters here, but then the other thing is his conversion ability is really, really needed. So, yeah. I don't like the automatic travel supplies that they choose. So I'm going to say 0 and 0. Okay. What do we want to bring? We have 5 beer. That's not enough to trade. Honestly, I don't think this silver is worth it either. We could bring some of these armors. They're worth quite a lot, but they're also quite heavy. It still might be worth it. So let's see. The Imperial credits weigh effectively nothing, so we're going to bring all of them. These we all need. Chem fuel is also quite light. So if we were to bring, say, 800, how much would that weigh? Well, our mass has not gone up significantly. Oh, no, it did. It went up 40, so that is still quite heavy, but we might be able to make a profit off of it. Fecal sludge, I don't think anybody will be interested in that. I don't think anybody wants to buy these corpses. I do think the... Oh, actually, that Jawa ion rifle is probably worth it. And I think it's, again, only effective against droids. Or so the lore says, but I mean, maybe it's not actually implemented that way. Either way, I'm probably not going to use it, and it's the most valuable weapon we have, so we may as well try to sell it. And then both of these armors are quite valuable, as are the helmets. So that is going to slow us down pretty considerably, and we don't have any food yet. But that does leave us about 39 kilograms to work with. So let's see. What's going to keep the longest, I guess, is the question. We'll send them with 10 herbal medicine. And we'll send them with... That's about a day. That's a day and a half. I have more potatoes than anything, so maybe another 200 potatoes. That's 5 days worth of food. It's presumably a 2-day round trip. So actually it's saying it's only going to be a 0.6 because are they actually mounted? No, they're not mounted. Does this speed things up, or was it just going to automatically mount them? I suppose it doesn't matter. I think that's fine. They're close enough where, like, even if they had to make the journey back with no food, they wouldn't starve to death. So, yeah, that looks okay to me. They're still under their weight capacity, so everything should be fine. So while they're off, I'm checking in on our anima tree here, and unfortunately it is really slow going. So I have 4 people actively meditating here, and yes, before anybody says otherwise, they are all capable of meditating at the tree. I removed the mod that was causing issues with the meditation, so they all have the nature meditation focus, and they are all capable of meditating here. They all have assigned spots to do so. And so as you can see, we've generated 4 anima grass, but at the rate that we're going, it's going to be forever before anybody gets any sort of sidecast abilities, unfortunately. But we'll see what we can do. As we get more and more people with that nature meditation focus, we can have more of them meditating at one time, and that will expedite the process. So that's something we'll want to probably focus on. With that, I think I'll end the episode here. Next time around, we'll pick up with the trade fair, and also, I believe, yeah, it's the 2nd of April, May, so we'll be celebrating Star Wars Day, April, May the 4th, in the next episode as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some RimWorld with you, and I look forward to seeing you back here for the next episode.